From News 19, I'm meteorologist Daniel Bonds. Here is the latest on potential tropical cyclone 9. This is the 8 a.m. advisory. It does have winds of 35 miles per hour, gusts up to 45. Currently moving towards the northwest at about 9 miles per hour. Still being called a potential tropical cyclone or potential tropical storm at this point. And all this means it's not quite yet a tropical system, but still a threat to bring tropical storm or hurricane conditions to an area within the next 48 hours or so. It does allow advisories to be issued, including the cone of uncertainty, and this all began back in 2017. Here's the latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center. Still expected to become a major hurricane. It'll be called a lean when it does become a named storm, probably as early as some point today. A little bit of a closer view does show it becoming a major hurricane before the end of the work week, and then it's going to be moving towards landfall. It looks right around the Big Bend of Florida at this point. And as of right now, again, this forecast could change a little bit. We'll probably be on the right-hand side of the center of circulation. So that's not good news for us because that is the quadrant that you don't want to be in. So as the movement moves, in this case, there's a little example here, as it's moving northward, the front right quadrant, worst part of the tropical system to be in. So you do have the increase in winds, the increased threat for tornadic activity, storm surge if you're along the coast, and you also have the increased risk for flooding. So for us here across the Midlands, given this current forecast, heavy rainfall, flooding possibility, gusty winds, and severe weather will be possible, including the threat for tornadic activity. So we'll be watching that very closely. Tropical storm watches in effect for parts of Florida. Also do have hurricane watches in effect for parts of Florida as well. Storm surge watches as well. So a lot of watches out there. These will likely become warnings before too long. Here's how our forecast model sees this system as it becomes a little bit better developed. You can kind of see it here. This would be tomorrow afternoon. Then it kind of jogs a little bit more towards the north. And then Thursday, a little bit more towards the north and east. Again, this is only one forecast model. This is our in-house forecast model. It only goes out to early parts of Friday, showing the center of circulation in southern Georgia. So we'll keep that in mind. That's only one projection, though, at this point. A little bit closer to home for us here across the Midlands and South Carolina. Can't rule out a pop-up shower or thunderstorm today, mainly in the northern half of the Midlands. There'll also be that small possibility for a strong or severe thunderstorm if that shower and thunderstorm activity does get going. As we do look ahead towards Thursday, that's what we're really going to start to watch. The rain starts moving in, at least isolated shower activity early in the day. Again, this will change a little bit, really depending on the forecast track and speed and the strength of the system. Latest indications from our in-house forecast model showing a good bit of rain moving in by 1 o'clock on Thursday. This speeds it along a little bit compared to what we were looking at just the last model run. This is 5 o'clock and then maybe a little bit of a break in the activity before we get more showers and probably some thunderstorms, especially as we go into Friday as the system makes its way through parts of the southeast. As far as rainfall totals are concerned, this is the latest from the Weather Prediction Center showing at least the potential for 2.5 inches of rain, 3 to 4 to even some higher amounts in the extreme, we'll say northwestern part of the Midlands and the Palmetto State. So a lot of rain will be possible. Those heavy downpours could lead to some flooding issues really late Thursday and into early parts of Friday. So that's something we'll be paying close attention to over the next several days. Here are the tracks for the 2024 season so far. Looks like we'll have another named storm before the week is done. So far we've had all these named storms. You can see them there. That would be 7 of them. Helene would be the 8th named storm. So we'll be watching this one pretty closely. Tropical activity typically does start to decrease at this point, but looks like it's going to be pretty active this week. We also have this area out in the middle of the Atlantic, but right now that's not a big deal to us because we're going to be paying a lot of attention to that system in the Gulf of Mexico. Yesterday, we did manage to make it up to 94 degrees. Probably won't be quite as hot today because we do expect a few more clouds and maybe that small chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm, mainly in the northern half of the Midlands, but upper 80s in the northern half, low 90s elsewhere. And as we do look ahead towards tonight, partly cloudy with lows in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Here's our 7-day forecast. few showers and maybe a thunderstorm today, mostly cloudy tomorrow. Thursday, Friday, highly dependent on that tropical system, which will likely be tropical storm, then Hurricane Helene before the week is done. And then as we do look ahead towards the weekend, not looking bad at all with highs in the mid 80s on Saturday, low 80s on Sunday, it looks like, with a small chance for a little bit of rain. Myrtle Beach forecast, got that rain Thursday, Friday as that tropical moisture moves in. Saturday doesn't look bad. Sunday, small chance for rain. Charleston forecast more of the same, at least for the weekend, with the rain Thursday and Friday. And in the upstate, rain, storms Thursday, Friday, weekend, pretty decent. Over the next 8 to 14 days, October 1st through October 7th, slightly wetter than normal conditions across most of the southeast, and then slightly warmer than normal conditions for a large portion of South Carolina during that time frame. But we're going to continue to monitor this potential system. We'll bring you updates on air and online as needed. Have a great Tuesday.